Well, it's pretty much all fine and dandy here. I was doing the fine and dandy bit because I wanted a British saying that I could say that wasn't just another one that I currently can't remember. Sounds like a British saying if it's fine and dandy. Anyways. Hi Xander. Welcome to the beginning of the stream. And for that, I must warn you. Content warning for this game. It is just suicide because, you know, we are investigating a cold case that's about to go even colder. We're trying to figure out what really happened to Kate Vine. So, you remember me. Weren't you on the Cuphead stream, like the last one, or was there an earlier? My memory isn't always the best, so I'm sorry. Well, I'm gonna get started on the game now. What did I do last time? And whatever it is, the police can't prove otherwise. Yes, I played through Cuphead. I was correct. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, sorry. My brain's caught up now. So we're at 7 p.m. Wonder if Ryan's in his office yet. That'll be about Atlas. God, this game is so cool.
Yes?
Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm conducting an investigation in the area. Wouldn't mind asking you a few questions. Is that all right?
Come in, Inspector.
Thank you.
Yep. He's dreading this.
Drink, Inspector.
I'd better not, eh?
Fine then.
So you wanted to speak to me?
I believe that Kate Vine was a student at Atlas.
Who the fuck did you say?
Kate Vine? Well, yes, she was. All of this has been thoroughly investigated, Inspector. It was suicide.
Well, we have reason to believe there may be rather more to it than that.
Really? Well, then,
Yes,
in that
hence-
case, I'd be prepared to assist in any way possible.
I bet you will. If that's all fine and dandy. Oh, thank you, Xander. I mostly do this as a hobby, so I I'm not trying to like do all this to get money and stuff like that, so I don't particularly have a reason to care about who subscribes, but it's cool nonetheless. I'm trying to get through a huge backlog of games. Even some of the ones that I have played and beaten as a kid, I'm just beating them for stream's sake. So now we have a shit ton of stuff to talk about with Ryan. First off,
I believe the last time you saw Kate Vine was at the pub last Friday, then you came straight back with some of the students, is that right?
Yes, I like to have a glass of port or two after a long day, and benefits of being married to the landlady.
How did she seem that night?
The landlady?
Kate.
Oh, Kate.
well,
She's her usual self.
to be
drunk.
fair, I thought that
As
as well.
usual.
It was for her, yes. I mean, it didn't impair her ability, though. She was a very bright star, lots of potential, very enthusiastic.
So she seemed to be enjoying the course.
As far as anybody could tell, yes.
When did you first meet her?
When she joined about 3 months ago.
And you hadn't met her before then?
Yeah.
So you didn't suspect there was anything wrong?
Well, do you mean, did I expect her to drown herself? Of course I didn't inspect her. It was quite a shock. Nobody expected that.
Interesting. Fine and dandy. That's cool, Xander. What kind of stuff do you make? Or what kind of content do you do? I guess I should phrase that as.
Have you seen this before?
Have you seen this before?
Not that I recall.
You don't know whether Kate had lost this or not.
No, I've never seen it before, sorry.
Does Simon Thompson ride a bike, do you know?
I think so, yes. I think he drives as well, but I might be mistaken.
That makes sense, Xander. You do have the cupcake with the eyes, yeah. Yeah, here's the interesting bits of knowledge I have about this game. So they were on a tight schedule to get a lot of this stuff done, but with the stuff that they had, they still did it pretty well. Like, they had to wait a little bit for a lot of the scenes because, you know, I assume because, as you may have seen, it has gone a bit darker on like the actual map areas. So like they had to use their time wisely. And last time I remember when I checked this on TV Tropes, which was a long time ago, they had kind of... I personally don't feel like the ending was bullshitted, and the TV Tropes thing didn't describe it as that either, but it was rushed. The ending was rushed, if I recall correctly. I still think they did pretty good. But yeah, like, the way they do the FMV here is amazing, especially because, you know, the gameplay isn't actually during the FMV stuff. It's done with the UI here. Not to say that FMV games can't be done well. In fact, the people that made this went on to make At Dead of Night, which was a fantastic FMV horror game. I don't particularly care about how old the people in my chat are. I will say that this is the internet. I mean, I know I believe I've said my age on here before, but the internet is not the best place to be sharing info about yourself to strangers. If you really want to, you know, you can. I'm just saying that it's safety. You know, always better to be safe than sorry. Yeah. My dad works in IT, so naturally I had to learn a lot of stuff about internet safety. But yeah, the At Dead of Night is such a good horror FMV game because I don't believe like the actual game map is FMV, but it blends it in really well to like the realness of the setting. Reported because of her age, or did the report have something else that it was reporting? It isn't worth asking Ryan about the screwdriver. Ryan want to know about the bottles. I have. I've beaten only the first game so far. I have yet to make any progress on any of the other games because the current game that I'm playing on the Frights streams is Cry of Fear. And I'm getting closer to beating that game than I once was, but it is also a very terrifying game for me. But yeah, I will be honest though, once I actually beat Five Nights at Freddy's, I still love the atmosphere the game provided, but like, I think by the fourth night I was getting a bit tired. I was getting a bit annoyed at how long the nights took because I'm impatient. And if I spend a long time doing something only for some bullshit to happen and take away my chance of winning after I've spent most of that time in a single run, that sucks. It requires you to spend a certain amount of time in order to win. And with the ability to lose making you restart the entire night, it can get tedious after a while. I'm hoping that I have better luck with the other games. I'm not too sure though.
Have you tried Simon's homebrew?
Does he make homebrew? No, I haven't had the pleasure, sorry.
Seems like I would enjoy it though. Yes.
Know what this is?
Yes, it's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol that we use on the course. It's supposed to represent freedom from the chains of your ancestry.
Have you ever bought one of these?
I haven't, but I've seen the students wearing them.
Want to know one of the hardest FNAF games? Yep, I've heard about that. I saw Astral Spiff's video on FNAF in real time. It's pretty good, honestly. I know a lot of people have said their 2 cents about the game. I think I just mixed metaphors there, but anyways. I believe I commented as well. I said that I wanted to give a bit of praise to the people who made the thing, because seeing Bonnie like slowly just enter into the doorway on your left side and just stand there in sort of shrouded by darkness looking at you, that is unsettling as hell, and it's awesome. I personally wouldn't play it myself because I already suck at being patient, and also the times that I do these streams. Notice how late it is right now. I usually try to do 2 streams whenever I stream it on a night. I usually start at 10 and my streams usually are around 2 hours. And even if I took up both of those stream slots, that's 4 hours. I ain't doing 6 hours. That's too much for me. It is 12:04 a.m. for me.
What do you know about the broken window at the back of the pub?
Rebecca told me about it. I don't know how it got smashed, though. I told her to tape over it. We can't have anybody cutting themselves. You have to be very health and safety conscious these days.
Yeah, I bet, man. Yeah, I bet. It is worth asking Ryan about the silver key. It's 3:04 p.m. Cool. Yeah, I live in the United States, so it's kind of late for me. Yeah. Also, I saw during Astrospit's video that the first several patches of the game were actually impossible to beat the real-time mode, because he had figured out the math for how much power gets lost at a time, and it was not gonna be beaten by anyone until it got fixed. So the first streamers of the game were literally just wasting their time in the little room only to die because they ran out of power or because of some other bullshittery happening. But regardless, they were going to run out of power and they would not be close to actually beating the game. Yeah, I know Golden, so of course me and them are in the same time zone area. Cardboard mask.
Can you tell me about this?
Can you tell me about
Haven't
this?
seen that for a while. I had a friend who used to make them for us for the course. He passed away last year.
What does the
He
symbol
passed
mean?
away.
It's borrowed from paganism. It's the symbol of the triple goddess, the mother, maiden, and crone, represented by the waxing and waning of the moon. It's an ancient symbol. It predates Christianity. Some people say that it dates back to Paleolithic times.
And is that relevant to the course?
Well, no. I mean, it's a symbol we dabbled with, but it's not particularly relevant. We don't use it on the course, no.
Interesting. Can you tell me about this? My favorite is when he pulls up an item and goes, "Have you ever seen this before?"
Do you know anything about an argument in the pub last Friday?
It was quite fine and dandy.
I believe it wasn't long after the pub opened.
No.
That's not quite fine
I
and
usually
dandy.
leave for the manor house about 6. I start preparations around 6:30. I like to get a head start.
Fair enough.
Tell me about this.
It's the first one we ever had made. We had it designed by an agency after we'd spent weeks trying to find a name for this place.
It took you weeks.
Don't be like that, Inspector. I thought it was a rather grand name. Actually, if I'm being honest, I plucked it out of thin air one night in the George while I was having a few gin and tonics. Well, actually, somebody left a book and I stole it.
You're lucky I'm not an actual policeman, because I could arrest you, because that's confirmation of that stolen thing. Ryan wouldn't know about the items at the farm workshop. However, he would.
Have you seen one of these before?
I believe that looks like a scrying mirror to me.
You have seen one before.
Well, I used to have one myself, actually, along with lots of other bits and pieces of that nature. Silly things, you know.
Really?
Yes, when I was in my teenage years, I had quite an obsession with that kind of thing. I was a very somber child, and well, not that you could tell, always playing fantasy games, reading books about that kind of malarkey, you know.
What sort of books did you read?
Well, books on black magic, not the chocolates, witchcraft, satanic rituals, that kind of thing. I grew out of it, of course.
But you're not into that sort of thing now.
Of course I'm not. I mean, I don't need to believe in this.
I believe in a different
Inspector.
demon.
The natural world is far more interesting. Don't you think so?
No. I'm just kidding. Larry says this when questioning someone. Yeah. Ever seen this before? Can you tell me about this? Okay, so let's see if we can find any contradictions right off the bat. These round this at 6. Now I believe in a much better demon. My demon could beat up your demon in a fight. I feel like there is something here that I could contradict, but I don't know what. I guess we have to find something.
Probably be back later.
Probably be back later if that's just fine and dandy to you. Hello, any Satanists? Oh, it's the Atlas reading room. Yeah. Surely no one demonic would be in there. I believe maybe I should start exploring the forest. Uh-huh.
You mind not defacing public property, please?
What's it to you?
Well, I'm a policeman.
And that's supposed to make what difference exactly?
It means that you do exactly what I tell you to do.
Or what? Or you arrest me?
No, I'll give you a fine this time.
So, if I do something that you don't like, I have to give you some money? What happens if you do something that I don't like? You're gonna give me some money?
Look, I do not have time to discuss it at the moment. Could you just go?
I love you.
Pathetic.
Oh no! The way he just looks at it.
Prize brat. But why would he carve that into a tree?
Because he's
a
metal as
diehard
hell.
rock fan, or as much a symbol
yeah.
that meets the eye.
Well, you didn't let him finish it, man. Alright, anything else? Hi.
What are you? Private eye?
No, I'm a police
I'm a public
inspector.
guy.
Who are you looking for?
I'm investigating a death in the village.
That student then. They did one last year too. Same place.
Did what?
Drowned a student. Ask that psycho about it. He runs that business cult thing up at the big house. Bunch of nut jobs.
Hey, what was the student's name?
Liam something?
Liam.
Or sod.
Atlas's reputation precedes them. I think I might call the station. Find out a bit more about this Liam.
Interesting.
Hello, DCI Jones speaking.
Mike, it's Jenks.
Ah, Jax, I thought you clocked off tonight.
Yeah, the chief's put me on a case tonight, the Edenton girl.
Friday night, you poor sod. I thought that was sorted out anyway.
I wish it was. Listen, are you near a computer?
I can be. Yeah, go on.
Do you know anything about a death last year? Someone called Liam in Edenton Village?
Don't remember it. Hang on, let's have a look.
Typing it in. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to read that.
Yeah, Liam Rogers. It's a suicide last year.
Suicide?
Hang on, 2 suicides in 2 years, both on Edenton. Only you've got your work cut out, Jaxie.
Yeah, don't I know it.
Don't call me that.
Good luck with that. See you Monday.
Thanks, Mike.
Man's drunk right now. He's had some whiskey on the fine and dandies before this. Yeah. Okay, so we now have the 3-finger symbol and Liam's death. I know just who to ask about this shit. In fact, we're gonna interrupt no one. Knock, 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 knock.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
It's a devil's sign, isn't it? Is that what you're getting at, Inspector?
This is not something you use on the course.
Of course it's not something we use on the course, Inspector. I don't even know what that could possibly mean, exactly.
You called it the devil. Oh, he thinks. Okay, alright. You get off this time, punk. Something telling this to me these suicides aren't a coincidence. Yeah, I know. Speaking
Can
of,
you tell me about Liam?
Oh, Liam. You mean the boy who committed... Very unfortunate, isn't it?
Did you know him?
Oh, yes. Well, I say know him. I met him in the pub. Seemed very happy sort of person. Well, I say he seemed happy. He can't have been, can he?
Still don't have any shit on this guy. So what happens if you just make a fist but then stick out your index and pinky finger? What is that? Fuck. Here we go. Simone.
There you go. Cute.
New cutscene.
Smells nice. What is that?
Chili pork.
I have no idea you were a cook.
Oh no, I used to be more into it. No, I don't do it so much. Used to grow my own herbs and everything.
Not here.
No, at the farmhouse where I used to live.
Oh, where was that?
That's where James lives. Yeah, we used to share a house together. The farmer used to let us use a corner on his greenhouse to grow stuff.
I didn't know you knew James that well.
Well, didn't really get on.
Where are the greenhouses?
But it's just through the farmyard at the back.
Interesting.
Interesting close up on his face. Oh, it means you're gonna poke him in the eyes. Okay. Fox, chick, rabbit, bear. Alright.
If I did, this,
This.
would that mean anything to you?
Who did you see doing that?
Someone in the woods, carving it into a tree.
That was Kyle.
Fuck
it's a guy
Kyle.
from the course, he's an idiot.
Me and my homies
Where
hate
is he?
Kyle.
I can't remember. Somewhere outside the village? The three fingers thing is something the students started doing. It's something from the course. The
From
three
the
freedoms.
chorus.
The what?
Ah.
The three freedoms? It's from the course. It's a phrase. Free to be free. Free yourself from the things that are holding you back, right? Things that stop you being successful.
What are they?
There's fear of failure, guilt, and doubting, self-doubt.
You believe that?
Yeah. Guilt ruins lives. It stops you looking forward. It serves no practical purpose. It's basically destructive.
Right.
Interesting.
Free to be free. Not the most original slogan, but I wonder how far this freedom goes.
It makes sense that it's juniors. In a sense. I feel like that'll be kind of an easier one, maybe. Like, I've seen Astral Spiff play it. A lot of my FNAF stuff in recent times are mostly from him. At the moment, I can't think of any other FNAF content creator that I've watched a lot of. But he was having trouble with it because he decided he didn't want to listen through the entirety of the tutorial stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that was some interesting info. Yeah.
What do you know about Liam?
Liam.
Local lad. Took his life.
Oh, that Liam.
Right, I know many other
I
Liams.
heard about him.
But you didn't know him.
No, I know he went to college, but didn't really know him. It's sad though.
And that's terrible. Alright, I'm gonna visit your girlfriend. Wife. I don't really know your living situation.
If I did this...
If I did this!
To you.
No.
This.
Why?
It's okay. Thanks.
You sounded so disappointed. No, is that supposed to mean anything? No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. If I did this, he's the actor that plays Jinx is such a good actor, man. He just eats up the scene.
What do you know about a student called Liam?
Oh, I had an affair with him.
Last year?
Only that I didn't know him really well.
What if I did this?
Do you know the phrase free to be free?
Yeah. It's an Atlas thing. I first heard it when I went with Simon.
What did they say about it?
They said that you shouldn't feel guilty if you do something wrong. I don't agree with that.
No?
No, I think you should feel guilty if you do something wrong.
What does Simon
opposing.
think?
I don't know, but I don't think he agreed with that either.
I've got some bad news for you, man.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you. Hey, Gaster. We've got some interesting info, and I'm coming right back to Ryan. Hey, it's you son of a
We're just
bitch.
starting a session, do you mind?
I'm terribly sorry. I'll leave you in peace.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Can you tell me a bit about the phrase free to be free?
Free to be free, my favorite motto. Well, we teach our students that people, well, they suffer from excessive guilt, don't they? Excessive self-criticism, excessive doubt.
Sometimes you need that
Evils of
criticism.
excess, we call them. And we tell our students that if they rid themselves of these evils, then they're free to realize their full potential.
Who came up with all this?
I have a background in psychology.
Honestly?
Yeah, don't look so surprised, Inspector. There's an intellect lurking here.
Ryan took that in stride, I have to admit.
When we were based at the village hall.
See you, Xander.
When I say we, I came up with the phrase, Dad's more the money man.
And very successful at it too, I hear.
Oh, he's successful, but he's not a creative man. Dad suffers from a lack of imagination.
I just like how Jinx was like, "Oh my God, you have a background in psychology," and then Ryan's like, God damn it. My favorite motto is everything should be free because of how expensive everything is. Yeah, sign me up for that motto. But yeah, like, I will agree with Emma in that guilt is necessary. Why? My brain can't think of at the moment, but I know it's necessary. Also, I think it's important to feel fear, because if you don't feel fear for anything and you continue doing stuff that gets continuously more risky and bold, you will eventually jump the shark. In some cases it's literal, but oftentimes that's metaphorical. Alright, well,
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I guess there's not really any contradiction there. He didn't say that. I don't know. Well, I guess. If you lack fear, then you end up in more dangerous situations. Yeah. Time to go to the pub. Anyone here? Nope, it's just randomly empty.
Couple
Ding.
more questions, if that's okay.
If I did this,
This.
would that mean anything to you?
Why is it meant to mean something?
No, it's okay.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's completely fine.
What do you know about Liam?
You mean Liam who took his life? He used to play in a band, Black Rock or something.
I don't think that was his last name.
No, Blackstone.
Blackstone.
Very gothic. I used to let them play in here sometimes at the weekends. They were quite good.
Did you know there was anything wrong? I mean, why he might have...
No, I didn't know him very well.
Blackstone. Alright.
Ever heard the phrase free to be free?
Do you mean the Atlas thing? Yes, I have.
Know what it means?
It means being free of guilt.
What do you think about that?
You mean, do I think it's a bad thing?
Do you? I mean, surely if you have done something wrong...
Oh, but that's the point, Inspector. Most people spend their time feeling guilty over nothing, and that's not a good thing.
If they literally have done nothing, then why do they feel guilty? They must have done something. To be fair, though, guilt is kind of a tricky thing in certain situations. Especially if you blame yourself for something that was out of your control.
Thank you. Probably
Anyways, I
back
don't
later.
think I have much for this area. Do 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 do.
Simon mentioned another greenhouse on the farm. Must be up the hill over there.
Go back down to the lower ground. Marijuana. Interesting.
I wonder if James knows this is here. Don't know what it is, but it'd be interesting to see what he says about it.
Yep, I'll just take this.
More questions.
Ding
please.
ding 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 ding.
If I did
This. That.
would it mean
Sorry,
anything
that.
to you?
Yeah, it's a Satanism symbol. Satanists use it.
Have you ever seen anyone using it?
Lots of people. Politicians, presidents, CEOs.
Have you ever seen anyone local using it?
Not that I remember.
Oh yeah, a lot of people use that symbol of the devil. You know, it's the politician. No. Local. Oh shit, man, I don't know. He takes Battle of the Planet. We get the only game over screen in this game. Yeah.
Did you know Liam?
Liam who?
Liam who died.
You mean
Poor Mr.
Liam who
Who.
killed himself?
Yeah.
He was in my year, on a different course.
What course was Liam on?
Can't remember, not mine.
What was yours?
Plant science. First time I knew about Liam was when he killed himself.
Right, so you didn't meet him?
No.
Ever hear the phrase free to be free? Heard anyone use that?
Nah. What is it, a song?
No, I don't think so. Doesn't matter.
His last name is Spoilers. Are you joking or being serious? Because I can't tell. It's been a while since I remembered the lead up to what happens at the end of the game, but I do remember the ending of this game.
Could you tell me what these are, please?
My weed!
I found them in the greenhouse.
Been snooping around on the farm, have we?
It's called investigating, James.
Yeah. It's just mint. Mint leaves. For cooking.
Yeah.
I heard you were a bit of a budding chef.
Dabble a bit. Won a few competitions.
Doctor Who.
Very
Gotcha.
impressive. So you normally just leave packets of mint lying around?
Must have dropped it.
Spoilers is his last name. Alright. I feel like now we might have a bit of
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Alright. Didn't get anything new from him, but, you know, I still have the mint leaves. I like another fine and dandy on the rocks. Sir, you keep leaving them here after you ask me 1 or 2 questions.
Do you know what these are?
I don't know. Anyways.
Oh, magic mint. Where did you find this?
Magic mint.
Salvia divinorum. I used to grow it years ago. It makes you trip.
In what way?
It's a hallucinogenic and legal.
So it's the weed.
Really?
Do you use it?
Me? No. No, I don't even take medicines. I like to stay pure.
Wait, so...
I didn't expect Rebecca to know about growing drugs. I know she claims not to use them herself, but I'm not so sure.
You grew them, but you didn't use them. No, okay, yeah, never mind, actually. Yeah. Is there anything special, though?
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Sir, you're One swig of this and you'd be feeling very fine and dandy.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Sir, you're fine and dandy on the rocks. It's not fine and dandy anyway. It's mediocre and awful. Yeah.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum, James?
What's that, skin cream?
It's not a skin cream, no. It's a plant.
Really? Don't know much about plants.
So you've never heard of Salvia?
No.
Yeah, that is a bullshit lie. And you know it. Wait, how do I prove it though? Brought some salmon. Sorry about that. Yeah. Here it fucking is. Yeah. Can't hide that shit from me.
So, your degree is in plant science, but you don't seem to know anything about plants.
Well, still got a lot to learn.
So you're still saying you've never heard of Salvia?
Didn't say that.
So you have?
Maybe.
And you do grow it?
Yeah, it's legal, why not?
What do you do with it?
I use it for explorative purposes, meditation.
And does this involve anybody else?
Why?
Do you sell it or give it to anybody else?
No.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just for me, nobody else.
And that's the only drug you grow, is it?
Feel free to go and look if you want.
It's okay, I'll look later.
The only drug he grows. I'm not sure I believe that, James.
Yeah,
Then again,
bullshit.
Someone growing illegal drugs bother growing a legal one.
Aha.
Bullshit, James.
When you say herbal tea, do you mean salvia?
Probably.
So you traded salvia tea with Simon for his homebrew?
So?
So why did you say you didn't give salvia to anybody else? Did you give it to anybody else? How many people did you give it to? Did you give it to Kate?
No.
How about Liam?
I didn't have anything to do with him dying, if that's what you mean.
So you did give him salvia?
Yes, I gave him salvia because he asked for it. But that's not what killed him.
Well, he committed suicide, James, because of psychological issues that probably weren't helped by him trying hallucinogenic drugs.
Didn't commit suicide. You don't know anything about him. You don't know what happened.
Okay, so what happened then?
Do you even know about Third Eye?
Go on.
You don't know about Third Eye. If you don't know about Third Eye, you know nothing about Liam's death. I mean, forget salvia.
Fine, tell me then.
Third Eye was a cult. We had our very own psycho cult operating right here from our village hall. And I got rid of them, single-handed. I'm the one who got rid of Third Eye. Did they tell you that at the station?
Okay, start again. They were what?
You don't know anything, do you?
A cult.
Look. They were reeling in students, pretending to be some sort of happy life course, you know. We can make your life better sort of crap. Then they were putting everyone through this brainwashing program to make them compliant, then selling them on. It's all there.
What do you mean, selling them on?
Selling them. Like objects, commodities.
To who?
Anyone who could afford them. Top politicians, famous celebrities, wealthy businessmen, you name it.
What for?
You don't get it, do you? Third Eye were making and selling slaves. They were black market slave traders. They were wiping people's personalities using ECT, brainwashing, cocktails of hard drugs, deliberately turning them into perfect slaves. You know how much slaves are worth on the black market these days?
No.
Millions.
I'd
and I'm talking
rather
per
not.
slave. That's why anyone who stood up to them and threatened to go public like Liam was just killed off. They didn't give a damn.
So you're saying Liam was murdered by Third Eye?
Exactly what I'm saying. That's why I started looking into it. They were all saying it was suicide, but there's no way.
So, did you ever actually meet Liam?
I found out about him.
And how did you find out about all this other stuff?
It's obvious, you can tell. I met some of the students. You could see straight away there was something wrong. They were like zombies. And I can tell when someone's got ECT damage or when they've been through mind conditioning. It's just obvious. I mean, US military used all these techniques back in the 50s. It's all documented, you can read about it. They showed all the same signs.
So, did you ever actually go to a meeting?
No, but I knew what went on.
How?
From what people said who'd been through it.
Okay, so do you know anyone I could speak to who did go through it?
Well, no. Look, it doesn't matter. Why did they close down if it wasn't true? They just closed down and disappeared overnight after I put all the flyers up. Bit of a coincidence.
But that was just after Liam died.
Yeah,
And do you think that had anything to do with it?
maybe, but it was the flyers that forced them to close.
Okay. Do you mind if I keep this?
Yeah, you investigate it. It'll all come out. Third Eye definitely killed Liam.
Not saying I don't believe you, man.
Well, that was a lot to take in. Does James really believe all this stuff? This is the first I've heard about Third Eye. Question is, what's their connection with Atlas, if there is one?
I don't know, Jinx. You tell me the connection. You tell me the connection, man. Tell me that connection. Think the guy knows more than he says he does? Yeah. Obviously, that's the whole point of the game. You willing to sell some? I've been feeling some stress from this investigation. Can I get some if that's fine and dandy? Yeah, alright. Salvia meditation is going other drugs, so Sylvia to Liam. Third Eye is a local cult and slave traders claims that they killed Liam. Never went to a Third Eye meeting though. A lot to take in, man.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Holy bollocks, man. That was a lot. Alright.
ask about a few more things, please?
Unlike a fan and dandy, not on the rocks this time. Here's a cult is mentioned piece. Yeah. Well, I'm.
Have you
going
seen
here first,
this before?
Don't take any notice of that.
Why?
James Wilson is a fantasist. He spends his time pretending to cast spells in the woods. He's not exactly a stable person. And, I heard that he was involved with growing cannabis.
Really?
Well, don't quote me on that.
So you don't think there's any truth at all to this?
None at all.
Doubt. Anyways,
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
I'm trying to get all the stuff down. So now we're heading here. Since Emma might not know much, let's see what she knows.
That's okay?
So,
You know what these are, by any chance?
my weed supply.
No. Sorry. I don't know anything about plants or things like that, but you should ask Rebecca. She used to live on a farm. She'd know.
Interesting. Okay, so in case you didn't know where to go to get this, she would have told you.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's
Yeah, it's a Harry Potter spell, isn't it?
Hallucinogenic drug. Ever tried it?
No.
Sorry for bringing up Harry Potter.
Any illegal substances.
I feel like this is a contradiction right here. Anyways.
Have you seen this?
Ever seen this
It
before?
was all over college last year. James made it. Idiot.
So you don't agree with what I'm saying?
No, I don't agree with anything James says. He's absolutely crazy. He thinks that the government has been controlled by aliens and that we're all bugged. He's nuts.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Can't really argue with her there. Anyways.
Know what these are?
No. Look a bit like sage leaves.
Haven't seen them before, though.
Not at all, no.
Wait a minute. Okay, well, first let me
Ever
answer.
heard of
do this.
Salvia divinorum?
Salvia divinorum?
Magic mint. Same thing.
Oh, yeah, you mean the drug? Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, ever tried it?
Well, once or twice, yeah. But it's not really my sort of thing. It messes with your brain. I've never tried any other drugs either. Well, nothing like that. Nothing hallucinogenic.
Have you seen this before?
Oh, is this the thing that James did? Yeah, I've heard of it.
What do you know about all this? Third Eye, I think they were called?
I don't really know anything about it. I mean, I've heard about Liam's death, but all I know about Three Eyes or whatever is on this flyer.
So you hadn't heard about Third Eye?
No, sorry.
Alright, well, he's tried salvia, but he hasn't seen these leaves. Shit. Okay, well. So he's done this. But he does. Shit, okay.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Time to go to Atlas.
A few more questions, please.
I have some shit to ask you, man.
Do you know what this is?
Looks like chopped tea bags to me. What is it?
I just thought you might know.
tea bags.
I don't know anything about plants, Inspector. What you should do is ask Rebecca. She knows far more about these things than I do. Messy things, growing things.
Alright, so there's 2 hints that you should ask Rebecca about this.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Yeah. What is it?
It's a hallucinogenic plant, a legal one.
The one that I showed
For
you.
the moment.
I've no interest in drugs, Inspector. My job. That's the only drug I need. As trite as that may sound.
Do you know any students who may have used hallucinogens?
No. My students aren't interested in that kind of thing. Besides, no one is allowed drugs or alcohol onto the site. I don't think anyone has ever bought drugs.
Wait a minute.
Do you have any medicines
Wait
on
a
site at all?
fucking minute.
No, we're not allowed. Insurance purposes.
Wait. Alright, we're coming back to that. But first.
Do you know about this?
God damn it, this.
So you've never seen this before? You don't know anything about third eye?
Well, I don't remember seeing it now.
You don't recognize any of the symbols on it?
Good hinting, Jenks. Yeah. Alright, we'll do this one first.
Aha.
Yeah.
Ryan, you've just told me all about the moon symbols on
Good
the
night, Golden.
mask. Then you're claiming you don't know anything about the symbols on the flyer. It's all the same thing.
Oh, actually, yes. Sorry, yes, yes, I do remember that.
So what did you know about third eye?
Oh, not much, really. Never came into contact with them.
That explanation was way too short. Ryan's definitely hiding something.
Yeah. Sleep well, Golden. Okay. Alright, well. I can't cult ever be good? I mean, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of a cult. I feel like there's something here. Has heard about Liam's suicide. This probably isn't a contradiction so much as a connection. Damn, I thought that for sure would have been a connection.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. For now, though, let's... For this game, every once in a while, if you don't know where to progress before attacking with the chief, just kind of physically walk around a bit, because, you know, there are still areas that events could happen in, and that's how I got some of our other information. I've only had a fucking flashlight, man. Hip hip hip. Uh-oh. Oh, okay.
Tell me what you know, Jenks.
I'm a bit lost for ideas at the moment, to be honest, sir.
Anything else happened?
Not really. Did I mention the student in the woods? A rather obnoxious student carving a devil sign into a tree. Turned out Atlas used the symbol. Simon Thompson explained it. It's to do with a phrase they use on the course, the 3 freedoms. Ryan said he came up with it.
The 3 what?
The 3 freedoms. It's about getting rid of your past, or something.
Sounds as daft as that stuff James Wilson was going on about. Have you found out any more about that?
No, not really.
Well, do a bit of research. Find out what you can about this cult. Who ran it, where they were based. Find out what Ryan Rand knows about it, particularly.
Okay, Chief, I'll call later.
Right up.
Okay.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Come on, man. Come on, man. only knows what he heard about Third Eye yet. Hello. Symbol. Man. Am I dumb? Wait a minute. He has a background in psychology. No, that doesn't work. Damn. The drug in psychology? There's something here. I know it. I know there's one. Man, curse you and your vagueness. Just wanted to check the words that appeared there. Okay. What is it that I'm missing? Man. I believe I've tried that. I don't think there's really a... There's not a contradiction here, sadly. It's just stating this, and they don't kind of cross into each other. Trying to find a contradiction here, but I'm having trouble with that because all I can see are connections, not contradictions. Necklace would have nothing to do with Liam's death. This does not contradict with anything. Wait a minute. He used to read a lot about this stuff, but he thinks. No? Okay, well, here, let's try the other thing. Oh my god, man. don't feel like it. Wait a minute. Damn.
Okay, that's it for now.
What
Thank
the
you.
fuck am I supposed to do? I don't fucking know, game. What do you think I've been trying to do all this time? Hey, could you be a bit more fucking specific, Chief? Fuck. I wanted it from Ryan himself.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
But I am super dumb and probably not gonna be able to find it there. Okay, Kate broke the window at 6:30. was broken at 6:30. No, I guess that doesn't really contradict anything.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I'm gonna follow James's advice of you could go fucking look at what I'm growing. I'm not growing anything illegal. I don't think there's any more contradictions here, but
Thank you. Probably be back later. Couple more questions, if that's okay. That's all for the moment, thank you. Be back later on if that's okay.
Alrighty.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Okay. Alright. Let me just speak this out loud and see if my brain catches anything. He last saw Kate at an Atlas meeting last Friday. Kate was drunk at the meeting last Friday. First met Kate 3 months ago at Atlas. Said Kate enjoyed the course and appeared happy. Hadn't suspected she had any emotional problems. He has never seen the license before and doesn't know if Kate has lost the license. He confirms that Simon does ride a bike and thinks Simon also drives, but he isn't fully sure. He has not tried Simon's homebrew. The bird and cage is a symbol used on the course. He has never bought a freedom necklace, but has seed suited to wear the necklace. He knows about the window that was broken, but not how it got broken. He told Rebecca to tape over to prevent injury. The mask that I have here was made by a friend who died last year. The symbol on the mask represents the triple goddess, but the symbol is not used on the course. He does not know about the argument in the pub, because he usually leaves for Atlas at 6 and starts preparing for Atlas at 6:30. The Atlas poster was designed by an agency, and it was the first poster for Atlas, which got its name randomly. He used to have a black mirror himself, and used to read about black magic and satanic rituals, but he does not believe in anything supernatural now. He thinks the fingers is a devil sign, but he doesn't know how the finger symbol could be used. He had heard about Liam's suicide, had met him in the pub once. Liam seemed happy. The Atlas Freedom phrase is about getting rid of guilt and self-doubt. He had invented the phrase himself while based at Village Hall, and he had a background in psychology. The magic mint leaves looked like chopped tea bags to him. Doesn't know anything about plants, but thinks that his wife Rebecca would know. He has no interest in drugs. No student has ever brought drugs to Atlas. Doesn't allow drugs or alcohol to Atlas premises. Doesn't keep any medicines on site. Only knows what he heard about Third Eye and never came into contact with Third Eye. Well, what was the retracted message?
Thank you. Probably be back later. Ask you a couple more things, please.
Please do state your idea. Cause I'm running on blanks right now. She was drunk at the meeting. She got drunk before the meeting, though. Because that's not a contradiction. Maybe Liam made the mask? I think I tried this. What do I do here? It wasn't stupid, I had the same idea as well. It's just that he never really provided anything we can contradict. Because if anything, we might be seeing a connection. The connection might not be there, but we see enough of the pattern that it looks like there's a connection there. But the things we're trying to find aren't connections, they're contradictions. And that's where I'm struggling most, is that I can look at a lot of these and go, ooh, maybe these two do something, but, you know, it's common stuff, not contradictions. I'm just seeing this, what the stuff has in common, not what the stuff have in differences. Man, I'm running on blanks. What do I do here? The thing is, when we're chatting with him, he has a drink with him. But he says he doesn't allow drugs or alcohol on this premises. That's a contradiction, but there's nothing that he says here that would contradict anything. Because you could drink off-site and then go on-site drunk. Okay.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
The chief really wanted it from Ryan, but I guess I could try and press it with others. Which I guess means my only option. Well, nothing here still.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright. I had to look it up because I never would have gotten this. Mostly because I had forgotten what James had said about Third
Ask
Eye.
about a few more things, please.
Third Eye was stationed in Village Hall, so he never came into contact, but he invented it at Village Hall.
According to the flyer, this Third Eye group was based at the Village Hall, is that right?
Was it?
That's where you were based, wasn't it? Yeah, you said you invented the Atlas phrase free to be free while you were based at the Village Hall.
So I did.
So you must have come into contact with Third Eye at some point. You were using the same hall.
Well, I'm afraid I haven't been entirely honest with you, Inspector.
Go on.
Alright.
You see, Third Eye is, or was, Atlas under a different name. Sorry.
Atlas is Third Eye?
In a new improved form, yes.
And you ran Third Eye?
With Dad, yes.
So you must have known Liam. You didn't just meet him, did you?
Yes, I knew him, Inspector, but don't get your hopes up. All of this has been thoroughly investigated and cleared up.
You've been investigated about his death?
They dropped the case. We didn't have anything to do with it. Well, when I say drop the case, I mean a police investigation is one thing, but what the public thinks is another. They threatened to go public, and then James bloody Wilson started distributing his flyers, and that was it. No choice. There's an end to it.
You had to change the name.
We'd already paid the family an out-of-court settlement. I thought that was an end to it. But then James and his cronies, they wouldn't leave it alone. So we had to close down, buy a new place, rebrand. So eventually, we reopened here.
As Atlas?
As Atlas.
And it worked?
Up till now, yes.
So you knew James Wilson too?
We knew James, but he didn't know us as such. Oh, he was very quick to shoot us down, but he didn't do anything like actually coming to the course to see what he was about.
So James wouldn't know that you were now running Atlas?
Not unless he came to one of our courses.
And how much of all that stuff was true? ECT machines, brainwashing?
I'm afraid that exists only exclusively in the mind of Mr. Wilson. All we do is make better business people. We challenge their prejudices and presumptions. Why don't you come along and see for yourself? The course starts in 15 minutes. Excuse me, Inspector. Hello. I can't come back now. Well, you have my car at the moment. All right. All right. See you later. That was that. I have to go back. You can come and meet him if you like.
Well, I might come and have a chat.
Come with me.
Fucking finally.
To be perfectly honest, Dad's a great businessman, but he lacks imagination. He does, however, believe in the power of the individual, when taught by the right teacher, of course. Ryan! In here. Just coming. He's through here. Come.
To whom do I owe the pleasure?
Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm investigating a death in the village. I believe you knew Kate Vine.
Oh, I thought all this was dealt with, Inspector. You do know that Kate Vine was a gherkin short of a Big Mac. You do now.
Father.
You must forgive my son, Inspector. He still can't summon up the courage to come straight to the point. So what do you want to know?
Well, a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Oh, but I do mind. I'm a very busy man. Try asking an intelligent question, like, do I mind being quizzed about a once promising student who turned into a useless drunk? Ryan, would you mind leaving us for a while?
I'll go back to the centre. I have one or two things to prepare. Call me if you need me, Dad.
You may begin, Mr. Holmes, although I'm not going to be able to help you. I don't have much to do with the course nowadays, so I can't give you any hard information.
That's as maybe, but we
No,
need...
that's as is. But if you want my opinion, I'd be quite happy to give it to you. So, fire away.
Okay. Thank you.
I love how they fucking set
Wow,
this dude
Paul
up.
certainly doesn't take any prisoners. It's obvious who's pulling the strings in this family, and I wonder what they got up to in their previous guise as Third Eye. 8 o'clock already.
Alright.
How well did you know Kate?
She was not fine and dandy.
Met her a few times. At the course, that's about all.
So when was the last time you saw her?
Last Friday. I just popped down to the course and about 7.
Did you speak to her then?
It's possible.
And how did she seem? Was she happy, sad, preoccupied?
She was drunk.
Damn. Anyways.
Do you know if Kate had lost this? It's her driving license.
How would I know that?
You didn't see it lying around anywhere?
No.
Alright.
Did you know anything about Simon Thompson's bike?
No.
Alright, say the question. Next question.
Ever tried Simon's homebrew? Simon Thompson?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't touch anything that has had Simon's fingers in it.
Tough nut to crack. Wait, I can ask him about the pendant. The broken pendant.
Have you seen this before?
Looks familiar. Where did you find it?
It was, in the woods.
Presumably had something to do with Kate or her killer.
Well, that's what I'm trying to establish.
Shouldn't it be in an evidence bag, Inspector, in case of contamination?
I didn't have one with me, unfortunately.
Well, don't go testing it for DNA, will you? It's got yours all over it.
Man, if only I had a glove.
What do you know about this?
It's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol we use sometimes on the course. Little bird in cage flying away. Freeing themselves from their past is the analogy.
So do they get them when they join the course or something?
No, not as a rule. I think I bought one once as a present.
Oh, not for Kate, by any chance?
No, not for Kate. I can't really remember who it was for. A birthday present, maybe for one of the students.
I think I might know.
Student? I have no idea.
I think I might know. I think he bought it for Emma. But since Emma doesn't go to the course regularly, he doesn't remember her. It's doubtful. Yeah, fair enough, game. But you're asking
What do you know about
thing,
this?
Looks like a mask.
You don't recognize it?
Not particularly. Looks like a monarch mask.
What's a monarch mask?
Monarch is fancy dress outfitters. Ryan goes there sometimes.
What did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
I didn't go to the pub last Friday.
You didn't hear anything about an argument in the pub?
Should I have?
No, that's fine.
No, you don't need to worry about it. Yeah, it's cool. Completely cool.
Could you tell me a bit about this?
Had it designed by an agency.
And when was that?
Last year.
Is that when you started the business?
Yes, I suppose so.
You suppose? No, I need direct answers. You either did or you didn't.
Have you ever seen one of these before?
I believe it's a scrying mirror, pagan thing.
Ever used one?
Why would I use a scrying mirror?
So you have no interest at all in this sort of thing?
No.
Does the Atlas course use them at all?
Not at all. Strange question.
Well, sometimes you need to ask the strange questions to get the even stranger answers.
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
I presume you've seen an Atlas student doing that.
Ah, so this is an Atlas thing.
Well, it wasn't exactly our idea. The students started doing it spontaneously to show commitment to the cause. Cute, really. Which student did you see doing that?
I'm not sure, but he was carving it into a tree. I told him to stop.
Did you really? Why?
Defacing public property.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What's the punishment for that kind of thing nowadays? Prison sentence?
It's usually a fine.
All right. What about defiling public liberty? Does that carry a fine too?
Oddly enough, the student in question argued a similar point. Is that something you encourage on the Atlas course?
We encourage people who put ideas first and moral anachronisms second. The problem with the law, Inspector, is that it's out of date.
Well, I suppose that's a matter of opinion. However, you still respect it.
Respect it? I abide by it. We all play by the book, Inspector, but that's only because of the threat of possible incarceration.
Strange hearing about this kind of talk for like liberty and stuff, because this is in like Britain, I presume England specifically, and it's like it's interesting hearing that kind of thing as an American, because usually a lot of Americans they kind of misunderstand the idea of the freedom of speech. They think that they're just allowed to say anything and be able to get away with it. In reality, it only protects them, if I recall correctly, from the government itself. You can criticize the government all you want, and they are not able to punish you for speaking bad about them. Everyone else, however, one, also has the freedom of speech, and two, has the ability to respond to others trying to abuse their freedom of speech. Like, they can kick you out if you're being too rambunctious, even if you're claiming that it's your freedom of speech to do so. Because ultimately, the entire point was that it was the people had the power. It's why we have it's why we elect and stuff like that. But, you know, I don't know much about this kind of shit. I hate talking about politics because I feel both sides, at least in US, I feel both sides, especially the extremist sides, have turned very cultish. And so I feel that's part of why there's a lot of, like, extreme hatred towards the other side online. Yeah. And I feel that's similar with a lot of other things. Like, two very opposing ideas, and for some reason we can't just have a nice argument and either agree to disagree or come to understand and respect other people's opinions. Nowadays we just have to kind of tear at each other's throats until they say, and with truth in their voice, I believe you. I think this is the right side. And that sucks. So I have no idea what the laws are like in England. I do not believe they have the same freedom of speech laws that we do. So it's kind of interesting to hear talk about the Atlas course trying to free the students' minds from those kinds of laws and something like that. Sorry for rambling. It's a thing I do sometimes.
How well did you know Liam?
Liam who?
Liam, who took his life.
Oh.
What a terrible last name.
As far as I remember, he was a good student, confident, outgoing.
You didn't notice any problems?
I believe he had problems at home.
Were you there when he died?
Yes.
And afterwards? You didn't see him after the meeting?
No.
What was Liam like that night?
No. Apart from being drunk, or possibly because of that, he seemed perfectly happy.
He was drunk?
Well, I assume the bottle in his hand contained whiskey and not lemonade.
Lots of similarities to Kate, don't you think? Drinking, depression, is that normal for the students?
People come into the Atlas course for quick solutions to their problems. And when they don't get them as quickly as they might have liked, sometimes their impatience gets the better of them.
He did say it was an empty bottle, so it's nice to see that the notes here state he's been drinking all night. Yeah, that makes sense.
Can you tell me a little about the Atlas phrase, free to be free?
Where did you hear that?
I was talking to one of your students.
It's a little phrase we conjured up to summarize our objectives.
What is your objective, if you don't mind me asking?
Mine, or do you mean the course's objective?
On the course?
The objective of the course is to free people from bondage. We teach that most people are crippled by their past, by guilt, their attitudes, their beliefs. All that kind of nonsense.
Guilt cripples people?
Feeling guilty in business is like a meat eater feeling guilty in an abattoir. Guilt comes from the archaic emotional centers of the brain. It's a vestige of our animal ancestry, that's all. In business, you heed it at your peril. I'm sorry, Inspector. My house appears to be haunted. Would you mind closing the door?
So, you believe that guilt has no place in business?
None at all. I have few beliefs, Inspector, but that's one of them.
And what if you have done something wrong?
Well, that's the whole point. Guilt has nothing to do with it.
Interesting opinion.
I wonder if that was left in, or if that was actually planned to be shot like that. I do love his reaction, though. In the same kind of manner he's been speaking, he decides to be a little smart ass about it and go, I'm sorry, my house seems to be filled with ghosts at the moment. Close that door for me, please. He still has fun every once in a while.
Know what this is, by any chance?
I've no idea. Gardening isn't my kind of thing. Rebecca would probably know. I presume you've met Rebecca.
Yes,
I'm sure she'd enjoy telling you what it is. She's the kind of woman who likes to feel superior. Would probably marry a millionaire and then decide to run her own pub.
Yes, why was that?
Well, she isn't exactly housewife material. She likes to be in control, like Ryan. Shame, isn't it, that I'm in control of both of them?
Creepy thought. Alright. And of course it doesn't list any of that bit on there. It does give you a sense of his personality, though, which I do like. And I guess through his filter, a sense of what Rebecca and Ryan are like.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum, or magic mint?
Sounds like it might be a drug.
It's a hallucinogenic plant. Legal, as a matter of fact.
I'm not a drug taker, Inspector. I have no enthusiasm for voluntarily poisoning your brain.
And you've never seen anyone on the course taking it?
Well, if someone had, they wouldn't have done it openly. We don't allow drugs or alcohol on our course. We like to tell students that success is the best drug. Whether you buy into that, of course, is another matter.
What do you know about this?
Oh, dear
So
Lord.
you've been graced with Goebbels' company already, have you? James, our local minister for propaganda. I suppose Ryan already told you about our actual previous incarnation.
He explained, yes.
Did he tell you anything scandalous?
Not unless you count the suicide.
Well, these things happen.
Was it your idea?
The suicide?
No.
Third eye.
Yeah, I suppose it was. As my son had started to atrophy, I decided I ought to give him something to do.
And third eye was the same as Atlas, teaching business skills.
Very similar.
So
But not
Liam's
quite.
death didn't prompt you to make any changes?
There was nothing we could do about Liam's death, Inspector, any more than we could do anything about Kate's. It was out of our control.
You can't blame me for wondering, Paul. 2 student deaths in 2 years?
It's called a coincidence, Inspector. I expect they ate fast food also. But you're not investigating all the local chippies, are you?
I mean, he's technically got you there. If there were 3 student deaths in 3 years, however, then it's a pattern. Because 1 is just, it happened. 2 is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. That's why a lot of times 3, like, there's things in sets of 3. It's one of the most important numbers we have, for some reason. But yeah, now that I've gone through all of these and had him respond to questions, I feel like if I had retained more info on that flyer, I would not have had such a hard time figuring out Ryan's contradiction that would lead me here. Because that sounded like it was just a bit of a throwaway thing, and I don't remember if the notes had anything at all talking about the Third Eye meeting in the village hall. Actually, no, yeah, I don't think it even... No, I don't remember, but... So far, I've been enjoying my time with this game, but so far that feels like the most trollish situation I've been in.
Aha. So if you don't allow drink or drugs onto the site, why did you allow Liam to drink whiskey all night?
Well, we did give him various warnings. Did try to stop him, but didn't work.
But you let him stay on the course?
Yeah, well, we couldn't throw him out. This isn't a primary school, Inspector. We're not the police. We can't enforce these rules. If they pay their fees, they're entitled to stay on the course.
And what if they want to take drugs?
As long as they do it with discretion, frankly, I don't care if they want to wipe or inject paint stripper all over their faces.
Do you store any alcohol at Atlas?
No.
Is there a kitchen?
Why, do you want to go down there and check?
Well, obviously you wouldn't mind if what you're saying is true.
Of course I wouldn't mind. It's past the lavatories down the corridor, but you won't find any drugs in there or alcohol.
Whether I find alcohol at Atlas or not, it probably isn't particularly relevant. But it's worth a look anyway. That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go investigate that area, and then
I get the
going
feeling
to...
I might be seeing a lot of Paul tonight.
Oh, that's never a fun feeling. I'm just gonna investigate around here a bit.
So the kitchen must be down the corridor there, if what Paul said is true.
Yeah, but I do wanna...
Let yourself go. Feel your soul. Then wait for the moment to break free. Then break free. Excellent, Hannah.
Well,
Could you come back later, please?
what's going on here?
Please, leave.
Sorry, Ryan, there's a few more questions I have to ask you yet, and time's ticking by.
Leave.
Okay.
Alright. Leave. Okay, bye.
What was that about? Looked like they were burning woolen dolls. A woolen doll burning ceremony. What a very odd course this is.
Alright, let's explore in here. Alright. Damn, there's no drinks in here. That sound like the switch sound.
Interesting. Well, there's a TV right there with a DVD player. I don't think anyone will mind if I have a quick look at this.
Oh, hell yeah, we got some triple X. Alright. I'm gonna try one of these.
Freedom, true freedom, means freedom from many vices that society had traditionally believed to be virtues. Self-criticism, self-doubt, guilt. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not virtues. These are sins. Born of a fake morality implanted deep within our minds and collective consciousness by governments and religions through the ages, with the sole purpose of preventing the masses, stopping us from achieving the same success, happiness, and freedom enjoyed by those at the very pinnacle of society. I'm going to show you that common morality is nothing more than the cynical creation of an elite desperate to stay in power. An elite hell-bent on preventing you from reaching your full potential by making you feel guilty for pursuing success. But the good news is that you can take back control. You can become the success you deserve to be. Atlas will give you a unique and powerful advantage. Life in all its technicolor glory can be yours. All that you have to do is to stay, embrace it, enjoy it, and learn to love your ambition. Welcome to Atlas.
What a logo. Is this gonna do the same thing again? Uh-oh. This is the same thing.
Freedom.
By golly, what is he doing in there? What?
Well, that was odd. Looked like someone pickpocketing, but why make a video of it?
Alright. So yeah, things are getting interesting. If I wasn't stuck on that one particular contradiction for so fucking long, I would have made more progress, I feel. But yeah, it is what it is. Thank you for sticking around. However, I am getting tired, and I would like to sleep. Oh. Alright. I might do a stream tomorrow, technically tonight. We shall see. Anyways, see ya.